I applied for the visa, I got a date in 2022. Meanwhile, I was supposed to start school in August 2021. So I had to apply for the emergency application. And once it got approved, the date that I got was in September, which was 1 month after my class start date, which was going to be a problem because how can I get a visa? Meanwhile, my visa date is after my class start date.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel once again. The name is Michael Acheampong, and in today's video I'm going to share my experience on how I was able to get my visa approved even though my visa interview was after my class start date. Yes, after my class start date. I'm going to tell you how it all happened and how I was able to secure my visa. But before that, I would like to congratulate all of you who have been able to get admission into a US university or college. It hasn't been easy, I know. So I will really congratulate all of you. Kudos to you for your hard work and perseverance. You've done a great job. Now, before I get into the video, do well to subscribe and also comment and also share. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that whenever I upload any new video, you'll be the first to know. Let's get right to it. So in today's video, as I said, I'm going to share my own experience on how I was able to get my visa approved. So once you are done with your admission application process, the next process for you is to get your visa. And before you be able to schedule an interview date, you have to pay your visa application fee. Once you are done, you have to fill the online DS-160 form. This form helps the consulate to know a little bit about you because you have to provide your details. And I mean your details, so you have to leave no room for error or mistake because if you do that, that is going to be very dramatic during your interview. So do well to be honest when you are filling the DS-160 form. Don't leave any room for mistake. Now, once you are done filling the DS-160 form, you submit it and you book for your appointment date. You book for the appointment date. The problem now is because of the COVID pandemic, there has been a lot of backlogs in a lot of countries. And so you realize that once you book the date that you get is nowhere closer to your class start date, which becomes a problem. And the solution for this problem is for you to apply for an emergency visa appointment date. But the problem is before you can apply for an emergency visa appointment date, it has to be within 45 days prior to your class start date. So you cannot apply for an emergency date 3 months before your class start date. It is going to be denied. But when you apply within the 45 days, I'm sure you are going to get it approved. You will need your I-20, you need your award letter and admission letter for the emergency application form. You will also be asked the reason why you are applying for the emergency appointment date. And your reason is because you need an earlier date which is going to help you to reach your school on time to start classes with your classmate. That is going to be the genuine reason for you to apply for emergency appointment date. So once you submit the application for that, within 10 business days, I'm sure you're going to get a response from the consulate in your country. Now, once you get it approved and you are able to get a date, there can be a problem whereby the date that you get for the emergency appointment is also not before your class start date. Yes, it could be the case. If you are fortunate enough, you could get a date which is before your class start date. But if you are unfortunate, as I was, you could get a date which is far from your class start date. That was what happened to me. In my circumstance, when I applied for the visa, I got a date in 2022. Meanwhile, I was supposed to start school in August 2021. So I had to apply for the emergency application. And once it got approved, the date that I got was in September, which was 1 month after my class start date, which was going to be a problem because how can I get a visa? Meanwhile, my visa date is after my class start date. So it wasn't it was going to be a problem. So what I did was I emailed the consulate in my country and I told them about my situation, that this is what is happening. I have to be in school on this date, but my visa date is on this date. And I have applied for the emergency, but that is the same case. So what should I do? They responded to my email, yes, they did, and they gave me 2 suggestions to follow. The first was they told me to look on the website. I should keep my eye on the website because they will soon be releasing some dates, and hopefully I could get an earlier date to apply to for my visa interview. And I did. I was day in and day out checking their website, the portal, waiting to see a date opening for my visa interview. However, all the date that was open was still far from my class start date. Yes, it was very frustrating. It was far from my class start date. So I had to go with the next suggestion. They gave me to, as I said, the next suggestion was they told me to reach out to my DSO to ask and inquire if there's any provision they could do to help me to start my class before I'm able to go for my visa interview. So I reached out to my DSO. If you don't know your DSO is the one who issued the I-20 to you. So the one who you receive the I-20 from is going to be your DSO. So you can reach out to your DSO as I did. So I reached out to my DSO and informed her about my situation. And I asked if they could make provision, and they did. They gave me the resources, the syllabi, and also all the assignment that I was supposed to do. I did them virtually. Yes, I did it. I did everything online, and I made sure I did my assignments, my coursework, everything. I did it. So once I was getting closer to my visa appointment date, what I did was I requested for a letter from the DSO, and also my professors I was having class with. I requested letters from them to prove to the consulate that even though I was still not in school, I was still in my home country. However, I was taking my classes and I was submitting my assignment and doing all the coursework. So during my interview, I showed the letter to the consulate, and she was very happy and obliged with it because she knew that I was doing my coursework. Because they have a perception that some of the students come for the visas, and when they reach the US, they don't go to school. So if we're able to prove to her that even though you were still in your home country, you were still taking classes, you get a glimpse of hope that yes, your visa is going to be approved, because first of all, you have already begun your classes. So that was what I did, and as I said, it helped me, and I was able to secure my visa, even though my visa date or my visa interview was after my class start date. So I went for my interview 1 month after my class start date, and obviously my visa was approved, as you can see. So I will recommend that you do the same thing. First of all, if you have applied for the emergency, or if you have not, do what to apply within the 45 days. Once it's approved, get a date, and if the date is still far from your class start date, reach out to your DSO and ask if they could make provision, which I know they will, so that you could start your classes online or virtually. And do all to get a letter from your DSO, and if possible, some of your professors, to prove to the consulate that you are still taking classes. And I believe that that is going to help your chances of getting your visa approved. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and also share this video. Don't forget to also turn on the notification bell so that you'll be the first to know whenever I upload any new video. Thank you. See you. Bye.